She's got the gold and you're just looking for a way, and don't think you're gonna win the stupid game you're playing. Let me be the one to tell you what you're missing. Let me see if you can even listen. You're gonna try and keep on wishing, but you'll never be better than her. No.
Today's reading is going to be on Beyonce and Destiny's Child, right? So what inspired me to do this reading was Beyonce and Kelly be leaving Michelle just out. Like, they be leaving her out. Like, stigma surrounding Destiny's Child is interesting to me. The energy surrounding the creation of Destiny's Child back then in the 1990s. Let's see. Surrounding the start of Destiny's Child. We have A Narrow Mind, Joseph Crackstone. We have Biting Retribution, Pool Piranhas. We have Toxic Behavior, Nightshade Poisoning. Ooh. Oof. And we have The Unsolved Mystery, The Black Dahlia Flower. The fuck? We have Authority, Principal Reigns. Y'all. And then we have Avoidance, Ajax Petrolis. Y'all, I feel like the rumors are true. Destiny's Child was meant to, you know, for Beyonce. But also, I think that, I don't know who started Girls Time. I don't know if it was Tina. It may have been. Very much so. It may have been. Or it may have been Mathew. One of the parents, okay? One of the authority figures started this group as an experiment. Not an experiment in a way it's like throwing stuff together. It's more so, I think they saw stardom in their child. And I think at the time, it was this around the time where groups were, you know, the thing? Groups were popular? I think so. Groups were the trend at the time. And so Beyonce, and I guess they viewed a group, managing a group would be easier than trying to launch Beyonce as a solo artist. Yeah. But yeah, it was meant for her. Yeah, it was meant for her. It was. And the plan, I'm sorry, but the plan all along, whoever started this group, the plan all along was to leave the rest of the members in the dust. Absolutely. Yes. And we're going to get into that, but Latoya and Latavia said that they left because of Mathew having favoritism. And I don't think they were lying. We're going to get into it, but I don't think they were lying. This is very much so. This is sad. This is very much so giving, I'm a, you know, cater to the star of the group. And my focus is my daughter. And also, I think part of that, you know, favoritism is because I was his daughter. Beyonce was his daughter. And the rumor has it that Kelly was his daughter, is his daughter as well. I don't know. Doesn't she kind of look like Tina though from afar? Like, if y'all see. Sorry, my camera won't focus. But the face, like and then the red lip, y'all. Also, somebody did have toxic behavior, and it may have been both the girls, and it may have been both the girls and Mathew and Tina. Did Mathew Knowles treat Beyonce and Kelly better than Latoya and Latavia? Treat Beyonce and Kelly Rowland back then better than Latoya and Latavia? Yes. And what did I tell y'all? Yes, he did. And it was mostly I think he was strict with all of them, like as far as like formations or outfits and production and all that. I think he was strict with all of them. I think he would put the sword down with all of them, but there was a little bit of favoritism. See, because those are his kids. Look at that. Those are his kids. Yes. Can you clarify the Six of Pentacles? The Hermit and Judgment. Yeah. With the Hermit card here, that's the Virgo card. I think that, if anything, I think that he was strict on Beyonce too when it comes to certain things, more personal things rather than businessy wise. It could have had something to do with, you know, how she dressed. I mean, he had high standards when it came to his daughter Beyonce. He did. He had high standards, and certain things he wouldn't let slide. That's probably why she broke off the ties with him. Well, part of the reason, because I also heard that, I think, if I'm not mistaken, she broke off ties with him because he was stealing money. That's one of the reasons. But I think also because he was very protective of her, and also he talked too much. He talked too much. Her dad talked too much. Her dad is not very secretive compared to the rest of them. He's not. And that was kind of a problem. That was kind of a problem. And he might be a little vindictive as well. Like, oh, you want to get rid of me? Then I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna expose this. I'm gonna expose that. Yeah. Yeah. And her dad became too success driven, too success focused. He started viewing his daughter as a cash cow instead of a human being. He started working her like a factory worker, y'all. I think that's where Beyonce got her work ethic from. Him. Did Kelly and Beyonce care that Latoya and Latavia were getting mistreated? Sometimes, and sometimes not. Listen, let me say something. Kelly is not 100% innocent in all of this. Look at this. Conspiring with each other, y'all. Conspiring with each other. But see, everything is split still, because the Lovers talks about choices. It's not just about, you know, love interest and things like that. It also talks about choices, you know, having two paths. It's being split. And also, the energy here is, you have, what their issue is, Latoya and Latavia had a problem with how they ran the group, right? But it's like, we all have to do it. Like, it's not just you. Like, we all have to do it. You don't want to take pictures right now. You don't want to take pictures in this outfit. You don't like this outfit. We all have a color scheme. We all have to wear a certain outfit. We all have to do it. And also, it's just like, through them feeling entitled, they felt like they felt entitled, right? Through them feeling entitled, it got to a point where they just kind of got desensitized to it all and stopped caring. Kelly and Beyonce, I mean, they just stopped caring, because it's like, girl, like, what do you have to complain about now? Like, we all have to do it. We all have to do it. And I think they started complaining about, you know, the logistics of it all, because they still harbored this in the back of their mind. They're like, you can treat it better than me. Our concerns are not heard. We don't feel hurt. Da, 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 da. So it's like any minor convenience, it's like, it's like, oh, I'm a, like, to hell with y'all. So they stopped caring, and they just started. They just like, it's like when they would scout girls. Like, once they found, during the process of finding Michelle, they were like, how bad do you want it? Like, how bad do you want it? Like, we're all trying to achieve a certain goal here. We're all trying to achieve stardom. We're all trying to, you know, progress in this music business. And sometimes you have to sacrifice. And it's like, as they got older, you know, they started being heavy on, you have to sacrifice. Like, you're gonna have to do things that you don't like. How bad do you want it? Ciao. This is deep. This is really deep. It's a lot. Why do Beyonce and Kelly leave out Michelle when they do things? Like, why do they leave out Michelle Williams as of now? Oh. Well, I think that I do think that there is some issues between them. I do think that that Kelly and Michelle are having issues with Michelle. And if they're already having issues, it's already going to take extra time, money, resources, energy to try and fly Michelle out to wherever they are. They see, it's like, it's kind of like there's obstacles, and there could be like schedule conflictions as well. When it comes to them, Michelle might be always busy or something, but I do think that they're having problems. And for the sake of popping out for the fans, they don't mind putting their differences aside if the fans want to see all three of them. But when it's just like a little, I don't know, like girls hang out, it's like it kind of becomes a hassle. And they already are having issues with each other. You get what I'm saying? And also, I think Michelle, I don't think Michelle holds her tongue back either when it comes to how she feels about the girls. I think that Michelle could be a little passive aggressive. Somebody makes it known that there's animosity there. Somebody. And with the Queen of Swords here, it could be Michelle, low key, or Beyonce. Yeah. Yikes. Is Act 3 going to be Beyonce's Act 3 going to be a Destiny Child reunion? Or it consists of a Destiny Child reunion at some point in Act 3? I don't think so. And if there is, it's going to be very spontaneous. But initially, no. Not initially. Like, when it comes to, like, the album itself, no. No. I mean, there could be, like, some background vocals here and there. You know, but I don't see that. It's more so, like, it has to be a spontaneous thing. Like how she did on her tour. On Cowboy Carter tour. I think it was the last leg. Yeah. Someone asked me, are we going to get Act 3 in 2026? Is Beyonce going to release Act 3 in 2026 this year? No. No. I don't think so. As of now, y'all, no. We have the Five of Cups here. We have the Seven of Wands. We have the King of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Swords. I think because of unforeseen events, as to why we are not going to see Act 3 this year. Beyonce is in defensive mode right now. She's in defensive mode. She's in a mode where she has feel like she has to fight. She has to defend possibly her husband, y'all, with the King of Pentacles here. There's a little bit of sadness here and despair. She don't want to work right now. She wants to take a break. There's a little bit of disappointment in her energy. She might be going through a period of depression, because when I did her reading on the Met Gala energy, I also felt that energy as well of her not having the motivation to show up. That's a symptom of depression, and she might be suffering from a little bit of depression this time of year, this time around. Excuse me. But how does Latavia and Latoya feel about the group now, Destiny's Child group now, and their dismemberment or disbranding? Yeah, they're moving on with their lives. And also, I feel like one of them are struggling to. They feel kind of. This talks about a mental prison. You know, it's like they feel kind of trapped. Somebody feels trapped and caged in. It's like they're not who they once were. They're not who they once were. You know, someone who's a part of Destiny's Child or whatever the hell. And it's like they're too famous for a real job, but they're too not famous to pop out and make things shake for themselves. So that kind of causes you know, feeling trapped in a way. They're not happy. They're not happy. They try their best to move on, but opportunities are not flowing in as much as they were. They're not satisfied. They wish they were still part of the group. And honestly, if Beyonce were to reach out and make amends, they would take it. They would take it. Interesting. I'm not gonna lie, I'm ready to get up out this energy, y'all. It's a little heavy. And I just read on Jay-Z and his son, that energy was heavy as well. So how does Beyonce, 3 cards, how does Beyonce feel about Latoya and Latavia now, as of the big 2026? You're the best thing that's ever happened to me. Everything reminds me of you, and I'm still so confused about it all. What about Kelly? How does Kelly feel about Latoya and Latavia now in the big 2026? I don't know how to live without you. Future love, finding new love. Yeah. Kelly moved on. There's no hard feelings on Kelly's end. Kelly moved on. She still has respect for the girls. There's both of them. Both of them have respect for the girls. Kelly moved on. Beyonce holds on to memories, good memories. She chooses to take the good memories. Regardless of there being in conflict between them, she chooses to focus on the good instead of the bad. She doesn't have any hard feelings towards them either. And she's open to talking to them. You know, she's open to, you know, rekindling. You know, she might actually keep in contact with him currently, actually. Beyonce's energy is not a fuck you or anything. Kelly neither. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, okay? And I'll see you guys next time, alright? Bye.